Hi, it's Friday, June 26th, and you know what that means? It means that it's my birthday! Yay! I don't have any streamers, I just kind of have this wand that I got when I was 9 at Scarborough Fair, so it'll have to do. But I officially turned 20 today, which is a little exciting, and then a little not so exciting, because 20 is not really a landmark, but I'm 2 decades old! Woohoo! Today's video comes at you in 5 parts today, which are Harry Potter, Shakespeare, teacups, top 5 lists, and poetry. Number 1, Harry Potter, or more precisely, Harry Potter the Musical. If you haven't seen it, link in the sidebar, you really should go and check it out. It's about 3 hours long, so you have to commit to it, but it's brilliant and hilarious, and it must have taken them ages to rehearse, so it's definitely worth a watch. Part 2, Shakespeare. This weekend I'm going with some friends who are coming up from out of town to go see Shakespeare in the Park here in Dallas, and they're putting on the Merry Wives of Windsor Texas style. Now, I'm not normally one to support making things Texas style because it's kind of absurd, but every year they take a Shakespeare play and twist it just a little bit. 5 or 6 years ago they did Taming of the Shrew set in the Victorian age. They've turned things into musicals. They just kind of play around with the comedies, and it's really fun. So, we're gonna go see Merry Wives of Windsor, Texas style, and I'm really excited to see what kind of ridiculousness they've added in. Part 3, teacups. Alright, so this weekend I'm hosting my birthday party, and I'm having tea, and I decided that having teacups would be a good idea. Cute little ones, you know, you just want teacups. But I failed to think that it is June in Texas, where A, a lot of people don't drink hot tea to start with, and B, it's like 105 outside. Why do you need hot tea? Nobody stocks teacups in the middle of the summer, apparently. So, that was a fun search. I did eventually find some at the resale, so if you ever are in America and looking for teacups, looking used is the way to go, because you find some great deals that way. Number 4 is top 5 lists. I'm really bad about choosing things. I have a real problem deciding on what my favorite things are. So I thought as a project I would compose top 5 lists that you guys want me to compose. Like my top favorite movies, or my favorite books, or something. And I'm going to have to choose and explain myself, and I think it'll be really fun. So, leave in the comments your suggestions for what I should make top 5 lists of, and I will do that for my next video. And part 5 is poetry. And today I was going to read you Billy Collins because I keep talking about him and about how he's my favorite, but I haven't read you any poetry. So, the poem that I'm reading is entitled Marginalia, and because I'm an English major, I happen to use a lot of marginalia. And so this poem is extra funny to me, and if you've ever taken a high school English class where your teacher asked you to take notes, you should get it. It's pretty funny. Marginalia. Sometimes the notes are ferocious, skirmishes against the author raging along the borders of every page in tiny black script. If I could just get my hands on you, Kierkegaard or Connor Cruise O'Brien, they seem to say, I would bolt the door and beat some logic into your head. Other comments are more offhand, dismissive. Nonsense, please, ha! That kind of thing. I remember once looking up from my reading, my thumb as a bookmark, trying to imagine what the person must look like who wrote, "Don't be a ninny," alongside a paragraph in The Life of Emily Dickinson. Students are more modest, needing to leave only their splayed footprints along the shore of the page. One scrawls metaphor next to a stanza of Eliot's. Another notes the presence of irony 50 times outside the paragraphs of A Modest Proposal. Or they are fans who cheer from the empty bleachers, hands cupped around their mouths. Absolutely, they shout to Duns Scotus and James Baldwin. Yes, bullseye, my man! Check marks, asterisks, and exclamation points rain down along the sidelines. And if you have managed to graduate from college without ever having written man versus nature in a margin, perhaps now is the time to take one step forward. We have all seized the white perimeter as our own and reached for a pen if only to show we did not just laze in an armchair turning pages. We pressed a thought into the wayside, planted an impression along the verge. Even Irish monks in their cold scriptoria jotted along the borders of the Gospels, Brief asides about the pains of copying, a bird singing near their window, or the sunlight that illuminated their page. Anonymous men catching a ride into the future on a vessel more lasting than themselves. And you have not read Joshua Reynolds, they say, until you have read him enwreathed in Blake's furious scribbling. Yet the one I think of most often, the one that dangles from me like a locket, was written in the copy of Catcher in the Rye I borrowed from the local library one slow, hot summer. I was just beginning high school then, reading books on a Davenport in my parents' living room, and I cannot tell you how vastly my loneliness was deepened, how poignant and amplified the world before me seemed, when I found on one page a few greasy-looking smears, and next to them, written in soft pencil, by a beautiful girl, I could tell, whom I was never to meet. Pardon the egg salad stains, but I'm in love. And that's Marginalia by Billy Collins. The book is Sailing Alone Around the Room, and it's full of really great poems. You should check it out, and I really hope you enjoyed Marginalia. Bye!